like, Nigeria, why would you want to go there? Do you want to suffer? Do you want to stress? Blah blah blah. I want to talk about like why people in the diaspora don't think about going back to Nigeria. Yes, everybody's trying to leave Nigeria and leave countries in Africa, but I came across this guy called Wode Maya, and he's just opened my mind so much. And not only him, from his content, I started watching other like Africans that are in Nigeria, that are in Africa, and doing all these amazing things. And then I've just been thinking like, damn, like we don't really talk about what we're trying to do back home. Back in those days, like the mums and dads would talk about trying to start a business and stuff back home, but no one really talks about it. Like I don't really be hearing stuff like that anymore. And more especially with young people, I don't really hear young people talking about what they're trying to do in Africa. And it's a bit sad, it's a bit sad, but maybe I'm just not around the right people, because there's a movement. There's a bunch of young people that they're like are going back home and like developing things and building, starting up businesses, and just committing some of the knowledge they have learned to when they get back home. And then they're doing really well. Obviously, they have their struggles that they talk about. And this guy called Wode Maya, he interviews them, and it's crazy how every other Nigerian I talk to my family, friends back home, Nigerians, Africans here, it's just like, Nigeria, why would you want to go there? Do you want to suffer? Do you want to stress? Blah blah blah. Yes, I know that it's hard, and I know people are struggling. I know everybody wants to leave. But there's this group of people that are like making it, that they're going there with a dream and a desire to do something. And I feel like hyped up by it, Obviously, like sitting here in New Zealand, not having a lot of money, thinking like, damn, what can I do? I love my continent, and most of all, I love my country. And I grew up here. I've been in New Zealand since 2005, since I was 10 years old. I'm 26 now. And it's great. Everybody wants to have a good life, an easy life, a comfortable life. And maybe I am speaking from a place of privilege, so that's just what I want to touch on. And honestly, I was watching an interview with Maya had with was it the Earpiece, the owner, the CEO of Earpiece, and he was basically saying like, who are we comparing ourselves to? Who are we comparing ourselves to? And then he said, what people easily get put off by infrastructural limitations in Africa. And where are those infrastructural like developments meant to come from? Like he was just saying, don't get put off by infrastructure. Look at what is there. There's huge population, just population alone, huge population, and secondly, huge population of youth. So they're gonna be there's gonna be lots of Nigerians for a very long time, because there's lots of young Nigerians right now. You know what I mean? So people wanting to start businesses and stuff. I feel like Nigeria and like Africa could really be the place. Anyway, y'all, I just made this video to just talk about like what my plans are. I think I definitely have a desire to go back home and start something. And if I'm honest with myself, I think I've had it in my heart for a long, like since I was a child, because my dad came here on a student scholarship, right, on a study visa, whatever, came here to study. And then after he studied, he came back to Nigeria, and he had like a 2 months window to get a similar job to what he had before he left. And that 2 months he was in Nigeria, he didn't get something to the standard that he wanted, so he came here, and then like 2 years later he brought us here. And in the back of my mind, I always felt like Africans were in New Zealand to study and go back home. Like literally, I think when I was 16, I started learning like, nah, that's not what it is. Because I think I went to this like youth program for like young African kids, and I mixed with other young Africans, and the way they spoke about their country, and I never want to go back there. Why would I ever? Oh my goodness, like I'm so grateful to be here. And the way that's how they spoke about their country, and I was like, oh, okay. Like that's when I learned. Like actually, a lot of people don't want to go back to Africa. And I think from that age, 16, and learning that a lot of Africans are very happy here and they don't want to go back to Africa, I think I then became a bit perplexed. So anyway, so I have a plan to go back and to start a business. So I'm just like putting this video out there, you know, to see if anybody else is like thinking along the same lines. There's another girl, I think her name is like Inika, some girl that does like that moved from the US to Nigeria, and she does like this sort of talk show, and I watch her and she's just phenomenal, and I'm like, man, so there are people like me out there. So I guess there's many things though that people can do. Watching her and watching Wode Maya, the two things I'm getting is like there's a lot of opportunity to invest back home in like agriculture and farming, and then there's opportunity to invest in like infrastructure if you've got that kind of dough. There's an opportunity to invest in infrastructure, and there's also property, because you know, as infrastructure is being developed, new locations are becoming, you know, that were just sort of mass land can actually be developed to be, you know, property that people can live on, you know, living areas or whatever. Don't have to write English. So there's like opportunity for like property investment and stuff. But you know, being young and not really having that much resources, you're like, damn, how am I gonna do this? But anyways, if you think in the same way as me, if you like ever thought about like what you could do back home, if you care about it, I wouldn't mind chatting with people that like considering it, or maybe already even have an idea. Like, because honestly, I feel like a lot of people with like big plans like this are very low key. So this video, I don't know if you have got anything out of it, but I just felt on my spirit, felt on my heart to talk about it. So here it is. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. And more so, if you know, if you're thinking in the same way, hit your girl up. You can go on my Instagram and send me a DM, and let's talk. Let's be friends. I want to be friends with like-minded people so badly. All right, ciao, bye.